What's up, everybody? Lee Crow coming at you with another edition of the 413 Spin Fit podcast on YouTube. This is going to be a shorter version of my Spotify episode. Anytime I do a YouTube post, it's always going to be a little more condensed, not as much detail as my Spotify episode. So if you want to hear more along the lines of what I'm going to talk about, go look up the 413 Spin Fit podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcast or Google Podcast. But what I want to talk about in this episode is the non-negotiables when it comes to having a successful weight loss journey. I want to share with you guys what I believe are 3 important non-negotiables to have. The first one I'm going to start with is your circle of friends. You want a tight-knit, small circle of friends, and here's why. Because if you have a large circle of friends, you're going to be getting information, you're going to be getting comments from several different people. And those different comments, those different suggestions, those different opinions can be quite confusing. So for me, my circle of friends includes my wife. I wanted to include my wife simply because what I'm doing is not just for me, but it's for her. It's for my girls, my family, with my weight loss. I want to be able to live a healthy life for my family. I want to be around for my family as long as humanly possible, as long as the Lord is giving me breath and I'm getting up in the mornings. I want to see to it that I'm around for them. I'm here for them, especially as my daughters are in their teenage years and as they get older. Because when I weighed 500 pounds, it was hard for me to get down their level and do the things that a daddy is supposed to do when your kids are young. When I say young, baby, they're infants, toddlers, starting to walk, starting to play on the floor, things like that. And then whenever they went outside, it was hard for me to go outside without getting short-winded and without being in pain because I was so heavy and my legs would hurt. The other non-negotiable, let me back up just a minute. That circle of friends also should include your personal trainer or your coach, which for me, my personal trainer is incredible. She knows her stuff. She had her own incredible weight loss transformation journey over the last few years. And if you're looking for a coach, someone who's been there, done that, has gone through the trials along the journey, I encourage you guys to reach out to Brooke Watson. She's incredible. She knows her stuff. She really does. And I really see it, my journey, my progress the last 2 years, as a testament to what she's put in place for me. She's given me the tools, and it's been up to me to see to it that I am sticking to the process and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in the gym and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with my nutrition. The second non-negotiable is your nutrition. You can have a bad week in the gym. As long as your nutrition is on point, you are still going to have success long term. You may have a week where you're sick and unable to go to the gym a couple of days. Make sure your nutrition is on point. As long as your nutrition is on point, everything else is going to be set up for success. You want that nutrition to be right. There's always been this saying, I've always heard people say, and I'm sure you have too, that you cannot outwork a bad diet. It's true. You can't. You can't. You can eat all the junk food in the world you want and try to go gym, but you're not going to have success. I'm sorry, I've tried it. Not intentionally, but I've tried it. Well, let me back up. Probably it was intentionally. Because I remember the first couple of gyms I was a member of, I would work out, but outside the gym, I was still eating junk. And I wasn't seeing success. The other non-negotiable that I feel like is important is your daily goal. For me, my daily goal is my step goal. I have a daily goal of a minimum of 12,000 steps a day that my coach wants me to get in. Some days I get just over 12,000, some days I get just under 12,000 steps. But there are days where I get 13 or 14,000 steps. So it doesn't have to be right at 12,000, it could be over. It could be a few steps under. As long as you're in that general area and you're meeting your goal on an average, then you're good. You'll be okay. But set that daily goal, whatever it is. Like I said, for me, it's my step goal. For you, it might be something else. Set that daily goal. Let that be one of your non-negotiables and do whatever it takes to achieve that goal on a daily basis. For me, the way I achieve my step goal in the morning, I got 40 minutes of fasted cardio. 20 minutes, I do it on my bike. 20 minutes, I walk. During my lunch break, I usually eat my lunch about 10:30 because I space my meals out two and a half, 3 hours apart. Okay, I do that on purpose. That's another subject for another video, another podcast episode at some other time. But I eat at 10:30. Gives an hour for my food to get in my system, and then at 11:30 when I take my lunch break, I'll come outside and I'll walk for about 20 or 30 minutes. Again, that's a non-negotiable that I feel like I must get in. As long as I'm doing that, as long as I'm eating right on a daily basis, granted, I want to get in the gym. But if there's ever a day where I'm sick or something comes up with the family and I can't get in the gym that day, I can always adjust the week if I have to. I can take one of my rest days and move it to a Monday or move it to a Thursday, and whatever I was supposed to do on Thursday or Monday, I can move to that Tuesday or that Wednesday. Well, Wednesday I can't do it because I've got church on Wednesday nights, but that's beside the point. Anyway, find your non-negotiables, 2 or 3, find those, stick to those, and you'll have success. Those non-negotiables are things that are very, very important. They are to me, and I feel like they'd be important to you too. You guys, be blessed. Have a great day. Remember, catch the 413 Spin Fit podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. Also, special shout out to Pioneer Fit for sponsoring me for summer shredding. If you own a business or you're an individual who would be interested in sponsoring me, I've got room for more sponsors. I will shout you out on my videos here on YouTube. I will shout you out in my regular podcast episodes. I will shout you out on my social media posts. Again, if you're interested, just reply to me, put a message in this video on YouTube, or reach out to me on Instagram at 413SpinFit. You guys be blessed. Have a great day.